What's up, guys? My name is C-Rec, and I wanted to talk about something today. So, I was going to school today, in around fourth or fifth period after I got out of lunch. There was this kid, and he was on a little bit of a husky side. Got that little beer gut going on. You guys know what I'm talking about. But the bad part was there was this kid that was bullying him. So I knew the kid that was bullying him. I actually used to hang out with him. Used to. Okay? Let's get that clear. But what happened was, while I was going to the school or going through the halls, this the guy that I used to know, that I used to hang out with, was bullying the guy that was a little bit fat. And he was like, "Oh, why don't you go on a diet, fatty? Huh, bitch? Why you so fat?" And that kind of pissed me off. You, when you see something like that, it really makes you sick to your stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach knowing that there are still people out there that like to bully. And the harsh reality is there's always going to be bullying. No matter what you do, there's always going to be some douchebag who wants to make fun of someone to make himself feel better or to make himself look good. And it's just sad, and I think you're just humiliating other people to make yourself feel better because you're insecure or something. And the harsh reality is you're not. You're basically building yourself up by knocking someone else down. So I don't know. It just made me mad, and it made me think about how come he doesn't go on a diet. Well, immediately I remember back in sixth grade. I was looking for different diets. I could go on that were a little bit more on my side. I was a little bit husky, not fat, not completely lethargic or anything. I could still see my belt buckle, or if I ever wore one. But I for the most part I kept my um weight in check. I was always healthy. I always played sports. But the foods that I were eating, they weren't as good as I had expected them to be. They were actually trying to kill me. And I remember one specific day. It was after my basketball practice, not school, but like extracurricular. And it was after one day of practice. Um, we went on a winter break, and um, we had no basketball games or basketball practice. So, basically for 2 weeks I sat around and got fat, basically. Well, when I went back to basketball practice, guess what? Everyone else was still playing and still staying fit while I sat around, played video games, and ate Cheetos. That's basically how it went down. So, what I ended up doing was I said, okay, I want to get my whole thing that I had back. What do I do? So I went online, I saw so many different diets, and I can't tell you how many I tried. Off the top of my head, I probably tried 5 different diets, and none of them worked. So I said, okay, I need to know what I usually eat. What do I usually eat? And I kept going back to one thing: carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is the one thing I love. You know, not, and keep in mind, if this worked for me, it's not guaranteed that it's going to work for you. So, what I ended up doing, hold on, let me take a sip of my drink. That's some good Gatorade. But what was I on? What was I saying? Oh yeah. Just because this worked for me does not mean it worked for you. You have to look at your foods. What do you consume the most? If you consume nutrients the most, okay, you need to go on a nutritional diet. If you eat a lot of carbohydrates, you need to go on a carbohydrate diet. And if you kind of get on both, then you need to go on a huge, if you get so many, if you get an even amount of, carbohydrates and nutrients like vitamin C and vitamin D, vitamin A and B, then basically you need to go on an all-out diet. You can't just take one. So, they might have one, but I'm not sure. What I did, I looked at it and I said, okay, I consume a lot of carbohydrates. I don't take as many vitamins and stuff in. So, I started juicing. Now, what juicing is, you juice your vegetables and your fruits or whatever you want to put in. And I think you do it in like some blender or something. I don't know. My mom does it for me. Don't make fun of me. I love my mama. I love her very much. But shut up. But I started juicing, and instantly, in 2 weeks, I noticed I started getting more energy. A little bit of my acne was clearing up. It in a sense, I guess you could say, it rejuvenated me. It made me feel better about myself. It made me want to go and play basketball. It made me want to go try out for sports I didn't even know how to play. Okay, I mean, I tried out for in 7th grade. I tried out for golf. I mean, don't get me wrong, I sucked at it, but golf wasn't the game for me. So, I still tried out for pretty much every single sport. Football I did in 8th grade. I couldn't do it in 7th grade because I fractured my leg. Which is ironic because I fractured my other leg this summer. But let's see. I tried out for basketball, football, not soccer, tennis, track, and golf. And I tried out for every sport. I tried track. That wasn't for me. I don't like to run as much as people in track do, although I do get decent, times. But whatever. Point is, if you know how to diet yourself, you know how to pace yourself, you're good. You need to figure out what diet you need to be on. And, that's pretty much it. So, leave you with a funny picture right here. And C-Rec out.